At 18, I decided to join the Australian Defence Force. Ultimately, it was to get away from my parents. They were Salvation Army ministers in Georgetown in Tassie. So I looked up on the ADF website and said, what was a job I could take? Oh, Armoured Crewman, let's do it. So I spent 4 years, 1 month and 7 days in Defence. 2005, I was on a pre-deployment list to go overseas, and I was ready to do my medical, and I had a bit of wax in my ear, so I had to go get my ears waxed, and then I doctor syringed my ear, in my left ear, and perforated my eardrum, and which then meant being discharged from the army. You know, I spent 12 years in and out of jobs. I just didn't find where I was meant to be. In 2018, I was on board as a Sallyman. So Red Shield Defence Services is a group of Salvation Army ministers. Sallyman can either be man or woman, and we have them on multiple bases around Australia. And basically our role is to work with the soldiers in a field environment and also in a barracks environment. It's generally a frontline units that we look after. I look after the 1st Armoured Regiment.
Vaughan comes out field to see us in places like Coltana. He's got his rooftop tent so he can stay with us and just provides the boys with the morale of his cold drinks and coffee, the good chat, and another familiar face for us to look forward to seeing every day.
Pretty much every time you hear on the radio that the Sallyman's coming, everyone pretty much stops work and gets ready to chill out, have 5-10 minutes to relax. It's definitely the break you didn't know you needed until he rocks up.
Any soldier, any person from any rank can go up to and just have a chat to, or if they're having issues, just need to get something off their chest, can go and speak to them and just talk things through with someone that is outside a chain of command that they might feel a little bit more comfortable speaking to.
Coming out here, providing morale for the troops, it's just so important because in an environment like this, when you're away from family, you're away from all the support networks, it's awesome to have someone who, you can offload and talk about, whatever it may be, is always there to listen.
We had an exercise up in Darwin that I drove up for. Before I went, my wife was like, where are you going to sleep on the side of the road? We kind of decided that we'd get a rooftop tent for the truck. It was a phenomenal exercise and, really hot. And we were out from, 5 o'clock boiling water to 6 p.m, 7 p.m. at night. And B Squadron, I was able to, I saw them a lot. It was a horrible track to drive to where I had to go. It was a hard slog, but they appreciated it so much. And when they came back, they put on a barbecue and a fundraiser. I didn't know what the fundraiser was for. When I got there that evening, they said that we've been tasked to go to the Salvos stores and buy our clothing. So everything they were wearing was from the Salvos stores as a contribute to say thank you to the work that the Salvation Army does for them. And at the end of the night, they presented me with a check for the cost of the rooftop tent, and they said, Vaughan, we just want to thank you for everything that you've done for us, especially over in that exercise at Coolandong. And it's been an absolute blessing. What it allows me to do is to come out onto this range, no matter where it's here in Coltana or anywhere in Australia, in the evening, put up my rooftop tent and just hang with them. Go to sleep there, wake up in the morning and just be there for those chats. Be there for those chats after the sun goes down. We have an awesome opportunity to be able to speak into the lives of some of the soldiers, and even though it's a predominantly Christian environment. Those faith conversations happen all the time.
It's a very important support network that we rely on to get us through these training exercises or make the training exercises that like 1% better. And it's really amazing to have that around us.
If you don't think you need the Sallyman, I think you just haven't experienced times like coming out here and experienced time out here, because it's a massive morale booster, especially when you've been in the box. You know, you've been tight down for a couple of days and haven't had the chance to kind of have those open chats, have that brew, and it's just massive. It's massive. So I think it's definitely something that we need.
Just to see the smile on all the troops' faces when Vaughan turns up of a day, it's great. And yeah, without the Sallyman, we'd very much be a different army.